Hello, I just need to know where to start with my husband's green card.
Where to start? File for him. Assuming you're a citizen, do an adjustment.
Okay.
Gloria said, I'm now a permanent resident here since May. My daughter's in Jamaica going to college. I'd like to know if I can file for her now before her 21st birthday in November. And my son's in the Navy. If he did file for me, or can he file for her, which one would come through quicker?
They're both going to be really, they're both going to be, I'm looking at the wrong screen. They're both going to be really slow. If your son files for her, it's going to be an F4. It's going to be 15 years. If you file for her, she's going to turn 21 shortly. She's going to fall from F2A to F2B. It'll be about 7 years. You file for her now. It's still faster than your son, but unfortunately, she's going to wait.
All right. And our next one comes from, is it Carmen?
It sure
okay,
is.
Carmen, I think if a U.S. Citizen files for their sibling, it takes like 12 years. Is this true?
Approximately, yeah.
Ugh.
Yikes, that's a long time.
Jensen said, if I received my citizenship through my dad, am I required to have a naturalization certificate? I already have a U.S. passport, and I'm doing an I-45 for my partner, and we interviewed July 3rd. And we received an RFE a couple days later asking for that certificate, but I'm still shown as an LPR, apparently?
Well, you need a certificate of citizenship, not a naturalization if you were derived. So you would need to file the N-600. It's going to take a long time, unfortunately.
No, he received citizenship through his dad. So
That's
I think his dad.
That's derivative citizenship. He needs a certificate of citizenship. And everybody should get a certificate of citizenship and a U.S. passport, because it is only the Department of Homeland Security who issues the certificate of citizenship that, and I hate to use the word, trumps, excuse me, the U.S. passport. So if there's the State Department is not the arbiter of citizenship, it's the Department of Homeland Security. So that's why, even though you may have a U.S. passport, it is not definitive of your citizenship unless it's a certificate of citizenship is issued by Department of Homeland Security.
All right, First Lady Hewitt says, if married to someone and they receive a 10-year green card, but now they want to leave the marriage and file for the citizenship based on having the green card for 3 years, will this affect them getting the citizenship?
Yes, because you can only get citizenship based on marriage if you remain in a bona fide marriage. If you are leaving the marriage, it is no longer bona fide, then you would have to wait the 5 years.
Kiski Taylor said, you're all doing an amazing job, but I need help from Uncle Brad. My husband is a U.S. citizen by birth, and he and I are putting our I-130, I-45 package together. However, on our marriage certificate, we put his birth mom's name. We then requested a copy of his birth certificate to submit as evidence of citizenship and realized that it had his adopted mom's name on it instead. Will this have an effect on our applications, and can his military passport be used as proof of citizenship?
His military passport can be used as proof of citizenship, but I'm concerned that he's going to have the same problem as the last caller, which is, well, last question, which is, where's your certificate of citizenship? And if his birth certificate is all screwed up, then he has a problem, and he's going to need to fix everything and prove who his biological mother is if he's deriving his citizenship through his biological mother.
All right, Pag's son, Jennifer, has a question saying, I came here in the U.S. with a J-1 visa last March 2017 and was out of status August 2017 because I was out with the agency. She
came on a J visa and didn't work where they were supposed to be working, or the agency fired them or whatever. She now fell out of status.
Okay. I applied for a tourist visa and was denied, and now I have a removal case. But my boyfriend and I got married. He's a U.S. citizen. My question is, what will happen to my case if I file an I-130 after marriage before the court schedule? And will the court allow me to stay in the country while processing my papers?
The court will allow you to stay in the country while you process your papers, but there's a presumption that you got married to avoid deportation. So all you can do right now is file the I-130. You should do it immediately. Then you show up to immigration court, say, here's receipt of my I-130, and the judge should allow you time to get the I-130 approved. You then go back to the judge, say, proof, here's the I-130 approval. We had our Stokes interview. They separated us. They asked me what type of toothpaste I use. Both me and my husband both use Crest. We passed whatever the questions that they asked you, and then they would terminate your deportation, allow you to adjust, or allow you to adjust before an immigration judge. The key thing is this: you must request a bona fide marriage exemption waiver in letter, and that's all you write in letter, when you file the I-130. Other than that, the I-130 will be rejected because you have to put that in writing when you file an I-130 after you put in removal.
When someone is doing an asylum petition, what comes next after doing the biometrics? Is it the interview or the EAD?
Well, it's an EAD if you don't get your interview within 180 days, or it's an interview if you get your interview before 180 days. You get your EAD 180 days after filing.
Okay, and if someone applied for the adjustment of status, got the receipt notice, and then did their biometrics and received a prima facie notice, will they have to wait a whole year before receiving a work permit since they filed for everything?
What do you mean wait a whole year?
I don't know.
Wait, this is on an adjustment?
But yeah, for an adjustment.
For an adjustment, it's about 6 months.
Okay. Less.
All right, it's about 4 a.m. Says, are the U.S. consulate interviews abroad held in separate rooms or at the windows?
It's a good question. Every embassy is a little different. And quite frankly, they don't allow lawyers to go in.
Ooh.
So I've never actually went my entire career inside a U.S. embassy at an immigrant visa interview, simply because I don't need an immigrant visa. I was born in America, and they don't allow lawyers in anyway.
Wow.
But generally speaking, that is a very good question. I don't have the answer, but I would assume that they bring you into a room.
Wow.
That's the first time you've had to be like, that's the
Well,
one thing we
yeah.
can't know.
I don't
There's no
know.
way of knowing.
I never actually asked, is it in front of a window or a room? I never asked that question. I
Wow.
don't know the answer.
Are you curious now?
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I really
But there are people in my office who do know. I just I don't. Donna would know. You know, a lot of people would know. I just don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna find
Right,
Donna.
lawyers
in the
don't
morning.
go on immigrant visa
Right.
in U.S. embassies.
Right.
Right, just not allowed in.
Wow.
Faith Walk said, if someone applied for the adjustment, Oyewale said, can someone file for their wife and 2 kids with a 10-year green card based on marriage?
A wife and 2 kids on a 10-year. If
So I'm assuming he got his 10-year green card through another woman.
correct, as long as it's more than 5 years from the time you got your green card, yes.
All right, I think this is saying my wife was. This is from Jeremy Powell, but it says my was. So I'm going to just say my wife was coerced into false confessing that she possibly falsely claimed to be a citizen on the past job application. She was denied. We currently have a lawyer working and would like insight on how you would approach this. So far, we are now going to submit a request for review 290B and in a few weeks send a completely new I-485.
It's a false claim to citizenship. She's got a big problem.
Okay.
And she shouldn't say any more. Come see me.
Yeah, not your lawyer.
Correct.
That you have currently.
Right, because you got to ask someone else. Does an essential plan 4, due to being a conditional resident at no cost due to low income, count as a public charge?
What is he getting as a public charge?
An essential plan 4?
What's the essential plan for?
I don't know. It says, does an essential, due to being a conditional resident. I got nothing. That's everything I got.
I don't know what essential plan for is. You have to, I don't know what that is. Is it some sort of government assistance? Is it maybe someone in Bradshaw could tell me?
All right, Sexy Teddy Bear says, I just want to know, should I still be able to get my driver's license if the temp visitor on my driver's permit expires?
No.
Essential plan 4 is New York health insurance.
New York health insurance is fine. No problem.
Gloria Williams said, I filed for my son when he was 19 in 2016. How long does he have to wait? I'm a green card holder.
About 2 to 3 years.
All right, face by Nessa saying, I just wanted to know if the ICE raid is going to affect me since I was denied 3 years ago, but was not sent a deportation letter.
Unless you have an order of deportation or you live with someone who has an order of deportation, don't worry about it. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.